Hey guys, this is Sterling Miller from StarStarter777. Um, I'm gonna do a review on my aluminum MacBook, which has an Intel Core 2 Duo processor, 2 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, an NVIDIA graphics card. All the stuff. Without a FireWire port, we're gonna review on that. LED backlit display, unibody. So this is my review on the aluminum MacBook. So, first of all, you're probably thinking, who is this guy? You've never seen him on YouTube. Well, that's true. You haven't seen him on YouTube. I'm new. I thought, with the help of my eyesight camera here, I could start doing reviews and stuff. You probably, if you're watching this, have seen people like John Rettinger and Dr. Buck and maybe LS Hacks on reviews and Macs. This is my first Mac from a PC standpoint. I've had a PC for as long as I can remember, and I'm finally getting into what it's like to be a Mac user. So, first, chances are you probably already know about the trackpad. That click button, it's gone. So, I have found that it's probably better to use the tap to click instead of actually tapping the whole trackpad down, just because it feels a little bit forced. And with reports on the aluminum MacBook having problems with the trackpad using it as a mouse button later on with repeated use, I don't know, maybe just something to think about. Maybe if you use it as a clicker, just be careful with it. Don't do anything crazy. It is glass under there, although it doesn't feel like it because it has a coating over it. Um, Other things that are kind of interesting to me is there's no FireWire port, which you probably already know. It's kind of an interesting move by Apple, but there has been many reports on it's meant to do so to get rid of how well MacBooks are selling. I know that sounds weird, but it's kind of a way for Apple to sell more MacBook Pros for the professional use. But honestly, guys, if you need FireWire, chances are you can splurge the money to get the Pro. Or secretly, I don't know if Apple thinks we're stupid, but you can just get the white MacBook, that's $9.99 right out there, and get the FireWire port also. So, there's reports everywhere, but I'm getting sick of, kind of people talking about that. It's just, get over it. Everyone knows it's old news now. So, my first day, I got it for Christmas. It's after Christmas, as you may have noticed, and you're probably thinking, wow, he is so lucky to have a MacBook. I'm young, but that's true. It's really true. I did not think I was gonna get it. That's the one thing I asked for Christmas. I'm very blessed to have this computer. I think it's great. It's our family's first Mac. I've been talking about it for quite a long time, and it's kind of a family computer. And so yeah, if you can afford a Mac, I completely understand. I've been there. I mean, I'm still kind of am there. It was kind of a stretch to purchase this computer, so just keep that in mind. Maybe start saving up. I would really recommend this computer. But when people say PCs are better than Macs, well, or Macs are better than PCs, it's just kind of preference, honestly, because it's preference and it's price point. Because most families can't afford all their computers to be iMacs and MacBook Pros, and Apple has kind of prided itself on being a little more elite and a little more exclusive, which is it's getting there to be more consumer, but that it's kind of what they've done, and they're great with education. Many schools use Apples, and in college you see them all everywhere. But getting to that consumer based family, for general use, PC really kind of holds that market, and I'm kind of it's just so that's kind of side note. Things about the Mac, the keyboard is fantastic. I haven't really done an extreme amount of typing on it, but when your hand rests on it, wherever it is, it's it's really easy to use. One thing I do like about the aluminum one that was better than the plastic white one is the plastic used to bend down when you were typing. Maybe on some users, depending on how you type and what your preference is. One thing I have noticed though with the typing is if you're doing something using the trackpad a lot. For instance, if you play WoW runs great on this, by the way. So don't need to worry about gaming. Full settings, fantastic, flawless, 60, 70 frames per second even. When you're using the trackpad a lot, the aluminum, since it's unibody, is this edge on the outside where your hands would lay, sometimes gets a little bit sharp, even kind of more annoying than what the plastic version did. So just something to keep in mind. It's not a big problem, but it's just something to note. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that for a second because people really haven't seemed to notice that, and I really noticed that. So I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm weird. Um, the slot loading super drive, something's it's I never really used a Mac before, but something I noticed about my computer at least is when I stick in a disk, it takes forever for my super load. I mean, my super it doesn't take forever but I have to stick the disk in completely in basically until the super drive actually acknowledges that there's a disk in there, and then it does this cranking noise, and it kind of sounds bad. I mean, I pull my disks out when I'm done using them, and nothing's wrong with them. It's just the sound of the super drive on this laptop is it's kind of disturbing. It's just kind of cracky, it's just it's weird. So something to take note. Maybe it's just my laptop. Um, so the screen is LED now. I didn't really know that they weren't LED to begin with, but the previous generations because I'm new to Mac. But it's really nice. The battery is great on this thing. The LEDs don't really affect the batteries as much as they do on previous models, and the battery life on this thing, I may know, is great. By the way, if you're gaming and stuff without it plugged in, wow, it's basically down to minutes, maybe an hour 15 at full charge. But which is understandable when you're just typing up documents, maybe hanging out on Facebook. It's really great, Twitter, whatever. Last for quite a while, 4 or 5 hours according to John. I haven't really tested it because I haven't really took it to school yet because I'm still on break. Some other things, the iSight camera, obviously flawless. Everyone basically already knows about that. The ports, great. MagSafe power cord. You probably already know how to, take everything out. Let's talk about performance. So I have loaded, things like Skype, Ventrilo, VLC, App Zapper, WoW even, and I have opened up WoW. I've opened up iMovie. I'm working on a movie we're gonna make for Christmas. Just stuff like that. And it really saying that it doesn't bog down is wrong. At least on the 2 gigahertz version, which is the one without the backlit keyboard. Saying it doesn't bog down is a little. Some people say it does not bog down, but from a PC's perspective, I've seen bog down, and this bogs down just a little bit. I mean, like I'm thrilled with the computer. It's faster than any computer I've owned. It's crazy great, but when I opened up, iTunes and get kind of more into the programs, so it does bog down a little, just kind of stretches a little bit. Sometimes it just kind of, like you can just kind of tell the animation slows for just a split second. So, something to note, but not really a problem. I've really had a lot of fun with spaces and using like things like the stacks and stuff. You pretty much probably already know all about OS Leopard since it's been out for like whatever. I want to talk about the hard drive space. Whatever works for you. I wanted to know something about consumer versus professional, and saying that this couldn't be a professional computer is it's really not true, because a lot of reviews out there on YouTube, no offense to everyone, big respect to you, I watch all your videos, but saying that this computer couldn't hold up to what a professional could be doing, like on the set or whatever, is really not true. Saying that you have to go for MacBook Pro is basically what Apple wants you to think. Adding the Pro onto that just adding the label Pro onto the MacBook, and then speeding up, of course, doing all the things, is true in certain cases, but not every professional has to have the MacBook Pro over the MacBook. So saying that this can't make good DVDs, there's not enough screen space, with things like Spaces and Expose, you really have enough screen space. So and in professionals, chances are you are able to attach an external display. So that's really no problem. Battery indicators on the side instead of the bottom, which I didn't know because new Mac user. I find myself using the battery indicator a lot. Startup, shutdown times are great. If you're like me, you had questions about the battery in terms of calibrating it. I wouldn't let the battery go dead, and I would let it go dead once every 2 months. That's a good rule. Frying the battery is not an issue anymore. So this is only part 1 of my video, obviously, because YouTube 10 minutes, or you can change it, but I'm new to YouTube, so I'll be back with the second half of this review pretty soon. I'll get it uploaded. So thanks. Bye.